Hi, welcome to Renalicious, the show where we teach you how to make kidney-friendly recipes with a kick. My name is James Wilson, I'm a renal dietitian, and I'm here again with...
Asita Wahinda, I'm a nephrologist.
Okay, perfect. Today we're going to be making shepherd's pie. That's right, shepherd's pie.
Shepherd's pie. So I see there's some potatoes out here. What's going on with the potatoes? I thought those were taboo.
Well, they do contain a lot of potassium, but we're going to show you a way today to cook potatoes with only half the potassium. So they can certainly fit in your kidney-friendly diet. We're also making two different shepherd's pies today. We're going to do a traditional one with potato, and we're going to do one with pureed cauliflower.
Cauliflower.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking forward to tasting it.
Yeah. I know it's a little bit weird, but we're gonna do it. It's gonna taste great, and it's gonna be a great way to reduce the potassium in your shepherd's pie meal. All right, so we're gonna use our cauliflower, our potato, we're gonna have celery, diced onion, butter, garlic, chopped garlic, and garlic powder both, corn and peas, a little bit of cornstarch, some thyme, and then some ground beef.
I don't see any salt in here. I guess the herbs and spices will bring out some of those flavors.
That's right. We're going to have to do a few little tricks today just to get a little bit more flavor because we don't have the salt. There's a little bit of salt in the broth, but it's very, very minimal. But yeah, there's very, very low salt in this. So that's why we have the garlic, and that's why we have the onions and the celery and the butter. That's going to really be where our flavor comes from.
All right, so we've got the water boiling and we've got the cauliflower chopped up like we learned in the first video. Now I'm going to add it in here. It's nice and gently so it doesn't splash back up on me, and we'll let it go.
All right, now that we got the cauliflower going, we're going to start browning our beef. And browning it's going to add some flavor. So I'll throw a little oil in the pan here. And it's on medium heat. We're going to heat it up just until the oil starts to shimmer a little bit and starts moving from the middle just around the sides really easily. And then we're just going to throw our beef in. This is really fresh beef. For the beef, I'm not going to break it up right away because I want it to get a little bit brown. And if I break it up right away, it's going to release more juices. It's not going to brown as well. So I'm going to let it sit there for just a few seconds, and then I'm going to flip it over and do the other side as well.
So we've got a couple of things going here just for making this efficiently. Once you get going with this recipe, you could probably do this all yourself, but here we got two sets of hands, so I'm going to check the cauliflower. And we want it to be fork tender because we're going to be pureeing it, so let's just take a peek here. This has been going for about 10 minutes now. We're trying to get a good poke in here. Boy, the cauliflower is being sneaky. But yeah, it goes right through and then it falls right off. So this is ready to be drained and mashed.
Perfect. And I'm just going to start breaking up the beef here now in the pan, just because we want it nice and small, and we don't want huge chunks of beef. So I'm going to break it up now. It's got a little bit of brown on the bottom, so it's fine to break up now. We're going to let that cook for a little bit before we start adding our aromatics and other ingredients to it.
So while this is going, I'm going to drain this cauliflower here. Hot behind James. James, we're going to use this bowl to mash to puree it.
Absolutely.
So this is drained now, and we'll put it back in the pot here. We'll try to make as little of a mess as possible, so we'll try to reuse all these pots. And to this, we're going to add our butter, the garlic powder, and some pepper. And then we use this immersion blender, although if you don't have an immersion blender, you could use a food processor or some other way to mash this up, but you need to get it pretty fine, so hopefully you have something that'll let you chop it up.
Wow, that comes together really well.
Yeah, it's nice. I guess it's good that we didn't wait too long so that the butter can melt with the hot vegetable.
Okay, so now I've let the beef cook for a little bit. I'm going to start adding in my garlic I made a little space in the middle just so it can have direct contact with the bottom of the pan, just where the heat is. A little bit of onion in there as well. Some celery. And then finally a little bit of thyme. All right, and I'm gonna let that cook up a little bit just till the beef is cooked and the veggies are a little bit softer. So I'm going to add a little bit of broth to the meat that I cooked. So veggies are softened. I'm gonna add a little bit of cornstarch though to the broth, and that's gonna help thicken it up. Stir that up. Okay, so it's getting a little bit thicker there. I'm just going to add this in. Stir it around a little bit. Just going to create a nice little gravy for the base of the shepherd's pie.
I heard that this is a secret to, if you don't want your shepherd's pie too runny, add the cornstarch in.
Absolutely, that's a big secret. You can do it with other things. You can do a little bit of flour in there as well, but cornstarch works really well. All right, so I'm just gonna stir this around so you see it's thickening a little bit there. Let's see that.
Yeah, it smells good.
Yeah, it smells really good. So I think we're good there for the meat. So I'm gonna take that off the heat.
I guess this part is just for the browning, right? Because it's going to cook again in the oven.
Exactly. Yeah, it's pretty much fully cooked, if not already, but we're going to throw it in the oven just to make sure. Okay, so we got it's thickened up a little bit, so we're going to add our corn and peas. So we're using frozen corn and peas. It's already been cooked a little bit, so we're not cooking these raw. Okay, so they don't have to cook very long. We just kind of have to mix them in like that.
I know that some people have issues with frozen vegetables, but it seems like a great way to avoid food waste, but also to have like fresh.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. It's something that you have less salt in it than you would a canned version, and it's something that's going to last a long time in your freezer. You don't have to worry about it going bad in your fridge. All right, I think that's good. So we can transfer that over to the other pan.
So we've got it in the bowl.
We got it in the bowl. I'm just going to spread it out a little bit.
And this will be the base of our.
This is going to be the base of the shepherd's pie. All right, so that in there, and then you can throw the cauliflower over top.
Yeah. I might just use the same spoon to save some.
Might as well.
Okay, so down too.
Oh, yeah, that looks great. You got a little bit left in there, you can probably
just dump it on top.
Yeah, throw it all in.
It's gonna go to a good place still. My stomach.
Yeah, exactly. All right, perfect. So we have the oven preheated here.
If you didn't tell me that was cauliflower, I might have not even guessed.
It honestly looks exactly like mashed potatoes. I'm very impressed with how that turned out.
All right, so we got it all layered and it's ready to go. We've got the oven heated to 375, and we're gonna put this in for 30 minutes.
30 minutes, yeah.
All right.
Throw her in. Okay, so we showed you how to make the cauliflower shepherd's pie, but we can also make a traditional shepherd's pie kidney friendly using potatoes, and I'll show you exactly how to do it. First, we're going to peel them. And when you peel a potato, it can get really slippery, so I always like to use a clean towel or paper towel just to hold on to it. And you're just going to peel it like so, and hold on to the potato with the towel just so you don't slice your fingers off, because that's always something that you want to avoid. Chop these potatoes up into a nice dice, and I'm just going to throw them into the boiling water here. You just want to go very easy with it. You don't want it to splash all over you and scald your skin, because that's not good. All right, so what we're doing here is a double boiling method, and that's the method that will get rid of about half of the potassium that's in the potatoes. So what we do first, we cut the potatoes up small, the dice that we did, bring it to a boil. We're gonna turn this off. Okay, so now we're just gonna take this and we're going to just drain the water off. Just like that. And the potatoes aren't entirely done cooking yet, so we're going to throw them back in. And fill it back with water and bring it back to a boil. So this way we're changing out the water. A lot of that potassium is going to go down the drain. Just enough water to cover the potatoes. Perfect. And then we'll just throw this back here. We're going to bring this back to a boil, and we're going to cook it until the potatoes are nice and tender. All right, big moment. Both of our shepherd's pies are done. Ah, perfect. Ooh, they look great. Ooh. All right, so we got, this is the potato and this is the cauliflower one here. So it's we're gonna let it cool for a little bit so we don't burn our mouths, but then we're gonna dig into it. Thank you so much for joining us today for the shepherd's pie, for those two separate shepherd's pie. Delicious, both different, but both good. Seasonal foods. Great way to incorporate vegetables that you don't normally eat into a meal with the cauliflower, and also including potatoes into an everyday meal by double boiling them with the potato shepherd's pie. It was a lot of fun. Please join us for the next video where we do a tasting of shepherd's pie and a little dessert as well.